Hey guys, Rob Caputo, I'm back, and today what we're going to do is we're going to replace the in-cabin air filter for the G20 BMW 2019 to present, right? The 3 Series model, and we're going to go ahead and find that, right? It's located underneath the glove box on the passenger side, so it's a little bit tougher to get to than some of these other ones that are in the engine compartment, but it's not that bad, right? So there's a couple, there's a shroud underneath the glove box where you have to kind of unscrew a couple things, remove that, and you should be able to get to the air filter pretty easily. So I'm thinking a 5-minute job, soup to nuts, by the time you get behind it and replace it. I believe there might be a torque screw holding it in place and a couple clips. So we're gonna be a little extra cautious and careful there. I got my air filter from FCP Euro. It's the Hengst, am I saying that right? Hengst filter, right? So it's German made. The model is E4980LC. Double check with FCP Euro, make sure that you have the correct one. This is a carbon filter replacement, right? And as you notice, there's one corner that has a slant in it, right? So you need to pay attention when you're removing the old one so you know exactly where that goes, so you're replacing it in kind. So I guess that's really all I need to say. I mean, it should be a pretty straightforward job. Again, I got this from FCP Euro. I have no affiliation with them at all, but I'll try to find something that's similar on Amazon so everybody can get it also. But FCP Euro has a lifetime warranty on their parts, so keep that in mind. You know, if you replace this, and what they say is every 10,000 miles, you replace it, you get a new one, and you get a credit for the old one back, right? You got to send that one back. If you're close to the Connecticut area, you could just drop it off. They'll give you a credit in your account, and you're all set to go. I do that for the engine oil, and that's great. Saves me a lot of money, and you can do it with these filters. I'm choosing not to do it with these filters because the next time I replace it, this car is probably going to be gone. But we're going to go ahead and just walk through the steps and show you how easy it is to replace the in-cabin filter on this car. This is Talking with Cars. All right, so what I thought was really interesting is they actually show you, right, a generic, you know, albeit generic installation guide. You know, it kind of shows you exactly where it is underneath the passenger side glove box. It shows you that there's a couple screws that kind of hold that shroud into place, you know, that cover into place. Tells you to dispose of the old carbon air filter, obviously, and replace it with the new one. It kind of gives you an idea of the direction of the filter, so we're going to double check and make sure that's accurate. So let's get to the passenger side of the car. I'll set up the light stand so that you can actually see this, and maybe I'll take the camera off of its stand so I can kind of show you underneath what I'm seeing. All right, so the in-cabin filter is located back here underneath this, this glove box. All right, so we're underneath the glove box, and I think you can see what I'm looking at, right? So you have these, basically these clips right here, and you could put a flathead screwdriver in there and then twist them around so you unlock them. And then this whole piece right in here should come off, right? So that's basically it. This is the airbag, so just be careful of that. That does not come out. It's this entire piece back around here, in through here, that comes out, that you pull out. Okay, so here's the other clip right here. And then you got the second one on this side. And I believe that is it. Now, the only thing that you need to be concerned with is that light right there has a wire that's attached to it. So you just need to make sure that when you're removing this and dropping it down, that you're going to remove that quick connect that's actually attached to that light. This is that clip I was telling you about. So all you have to do is just kind of like carefully remove this from its position. I think it just pulls straight out. Yep. It only goes in one direction, so just disconnect that, remove it from this plastic piece right here, and you can get this out of the way. So underneath here, now that that shroud is removed, you're going to be able to see where the filter is, right? It's in behind this. So you basically have to unscrew this and remove this panel so you can get to the filter. So I believe there's one screw here, and there should be another one somewhere around here. I'll have to kind of like put my head underneath here to look, but I'll locate that for you. So here and there. So we're going to find what screwdriver will help us remove that, and then we'll be able to take this and pull it down and out of the way. All right, so thankfully I have this little toolkit right here, and I'll put a link down below for this toolkit, but I did find out what it is. It's a T20, right? It's this star-shaped torque space, basically. You see that T20 right there? Hopefully you can see it. Anyway, that's it right there, and I'll show you up close what this looks like. Hopefully it focuses. So yeah, that's it right there. So it's a T20. I'll put it in this little screwdriver, remove those two screws that are located underneath there, and then we'll be able to access the filter. All right, so I don't know why they make this so difficult, but there's two clips on either end of this piece right here. There's one here that you have to kind of push in and then pull down. And then you have another one on the other side that basically has to be done also in order for you to remove this from the engine or from the HVAC system here. So I need two hands to do it, but basically that's what it is, right? You have to kind of push this in and then drop it, and you'll be able to remove it from this area right here. There you go. So just be very careful. Do it with two hands so you don't break it. So I removed it from the car so you can actually see, right? So there's a hose that basically connects to this part of it right there. And you can see the clips and how they're situated. And basically what you need to do is you need to push this down, or get your finger in there so you can kind of pull this away from the plastic piece. And then that's how this seals, right? And these are the two screws, one here and then one over here, that hold it in place, right? And then there's an alignment piece right here to make sure that it aligns properly on both sides. And then that goes back in this way. So I wanted to show it to you up close. But now we can take this filter and pull it down and inspect it, right? And just pay attention, right? This is the side that has the angular piece right here. And that's what we're going to do. So this is the original. So BMW original. Doesn't look half bad. Actually, it looks pretty clean. I mean, honestly, I have 27,000 miles on this car, but honestly, these original ones are probably the better air filters, but we're going to replace it. I have the replacement filter, might as well replace it. All right, so you're going to have to kind of maneuver this in a little bit because, as you can see, it goes in at a little bit of an angle. So you're going to have to kind of persuade it in. But once you're in place, it goes up into position and you're good to go. So it's up there. It's not going anywhere. You don't even have to hold it up. Now you have to put that shroud or that cover back on and then screw it back into position. All right, guys, so we're all done. Not that bad of a job. It took about 20 minutes to do it, and I was filming and showing you how to do it. So we only needed a couple tools. We needed this tool right here, which is a flathead screwdriver to kind of get that cover off and get it out of the way. And then we needed a T20 Torx. That's what we were looking for. And that's to remove the two screws, which are really 100% not necessary, but they put them on there, so we put them back. Because the clips actually helped even though the clips were a little difficult to remove that cover, they came in handy when you put everything back, because you put the filter back in place and then you clip that cover back in and it held itself up while you used the screws and screwed it back in. So anyway, that came in pretty handy. This is the original filter. Again, not the dustiest, not the dirtiest. I mean, there is some dust and debris in it, but not that bad, to be honest. You know, I don't do a lot of driving in dusty conditions or anything like that. It was easy peasy to do. So I would suggest you try to do it. Change the in-cabin filter, especially after like a few thousand miles, 20, 30,000 miles. I would say definitely replace it, and replace it with a carbon filter, not just any standard paper filter. Try to go with the OEM, go with the Hengst, and you won't be disappointed. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully this was helpful, and let me know what you think after you tried it. See you on the next one. Peace.